Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Drawing Down the Stars. I'm Snappy, and thank you for joining me today, June 24, for our live tarot session. We're going to have some fun today. Today is a beautiful, beautiful day. Before we get started, let me just give a shout out here to the chat. So, first, big shout out to Francesca. Good to see you. And hello to all the lovely heathens as well. Big shout out to Kari. Yeah, Kari, I will explain the quote. It is a lot of fun. Shout out to Nikosmas. And a shout out to Captain Celery of your stock. Great to see you. So yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. It's amazing to see you. So today is a good day. It's an interesting day. We have a shift in the astrology that is a lot of fun. It is Aquarius moving into the moon. And Aquarius in the moon, it brings this power of drawing down the star. In the tarot, Aquarius is related to the star card. And this energy is all about just being inspired, following your dreams, really thinking big and outside of the box, really going after what you desire and what is beautiful, striving after this, So that's the kind of energy and the feeling that's just been invigorating me all day today. And then there's just been a bunch of positive things for me personally. So it's just been a beautiful, beautiful day, And that quote that you see at the beginning of the video, sing the rapturous love song unto me, drink to me for I love you. This is a paraphrase of a quote from the Book of the Law by Aleister Crowley. And when I was looking for what I wanted to talk today about and what I was feeling for the energy, I went and I looked at the star card and I was reading the star card and he referenced this passage. And then so I paraphrased it. And then I was talking to my partner and she sent me the relevant verse. So I'm going to read this all for you. And there's also another verse that was sent that I'd like to read. So first, the relevant verse is Book of the Law 61. And it goes, but to love me is better than all things. If under the night stars in the desert thou presently burnest mine incense before me, invoking me with the pure heart and the serpent flame therein, thou shalt come a little to lie in my bosom. For one kiss wilt thou then be willing to give all. But whoso gives one particle of dust shall love the nations of the earth in a splendor and pride, but always in love of me. And so shall ye come to my joy. I charge you earnestly to come before me in a single robe and covered with a rich headdress. I love you. I yearn to you. Pale or purple, veiled or voluptuous, I am all pleasure and purple in drunkenness of the innermost sense. Desire you. Put on the wings and arouse the coiled splendor within you. Come unto me. And then the next part is, sing the rapturous love song unto me. Burn to me perfumes, wear to me jewels, drink to me, for I love you, I love you. Yeah, and that's all in reference to the goddess Nuit. And there was another verse that we were looking at that is very specific to Nuit. And this is Book of the Law 27. Then the priest answered and said unto the queen of space, kissing her lovely brows, and then the dew of her light bathing his whole body in a sweet-smelling perfume of sweat. O Nuit, continuous one of heaven, let it be ever thus that men speak not of thee as one, but as none. And let them speak not of thee at all, since thou art continuous. Wow, I just really love this message, this idea of none, and that cosmic abyss, that black, ever-expanding black, None breathe the light, faint and fiery, of the stars in two. For I am divided for love's sake, for the chance of union. This is a message that we've been saying quite a bit here. The one becomes many so that it can know itself. It's the same expression, For I am divided for love's sake, for the chance of union. So all of this is about this energy of connecting to Nuit, about going out and gazing at the stars, gazing at the blackness, sending out your love to her depths and embracing that transformative energy and in really connecting to this Aquarius in the moon, being in that idealistic mode, really imagining what you want, really going for it and being inspired. That's the energy for today. Otherwise, it's very similar. We still have that profound Cancer energy, Cancer in the sun, Cancer in our Mercury, Cancer in our Venus. So we're still deeply emotional, connecting to all of this deep emotional energy. But we can use this to also fuel this inspiration here, right? So that's our astrology. I hope that resonated with you all. We're now going to jump into our sortes. So the sortes is a form of bibliomancy from the Greco-Roman tradition, for those of you unaware. And what we do is we flip through a book, we select a line at random, we read that line at a context, and that line inspires us. It is the message from the muses, the goddesses of inspiration. So for our first book today, I'm going to choose In Tune with the Infinite. This is a really fun book. Ralph Waldo Trine is a Christian mystic, part of the New Thought movement. But unlike a lot of those New Thought people, he didn't get into a lot of that money magic and weirdness. He got into some Christian health science and other weirdness. But interesting book. But what's really magical about this book is that it was owned by this really interesting man named Harry F. Given, who annotated and wrote all throughout this book all this incredible additional knowledge and highlighted and selected messages for us. So this will be fun. All right. Muses, guide our hand. How do we best move and flow? What is the message from the muses and from Ralph Waldo Trine and Harry F. Given? All right. In payment for this, you become a slave. In payment for this, you become a slave, and the chances are that in time you will be unable to hold even the respect of those whom you in this way try to please. Wow. Wow. In payment for this, you become a slave, and the chances are that in time you will be unable to hold even the respect of those whom you in this way try to please. The message here is you must be yourself, and you must be true to yourself, and you must be honest with yourself. If you put yourself as less than others, if you constantly give unto others, you will lose respect. You will become as a slave. And it's a sad reality. If you do surrender your individuality, you're just going to lose, You have to be true to yourself. That's the message. All right, thank you, Ralph Waldo Trine and Harry F. Given. Now we're going to move on to Euripides, 10 plays, classic Greek literature. All right, muses, guide my hand, send us some inspiration. What is the message? How do we best move and flow? What is the inspiration? Together with you I sailed, together with you I must die. Wow. Now that is a profound partnership. Together with you I sailed, together with you I must die. The camaraderie of sailing together, of working together, those deep, powerful bonds, those loving bonds of friendship and camaraderie. Together with you I sailed, together with you I must die. Look to these incredible relationships, those people for which you are truly connected through these deep transformative experiences, through something like traveling and working together, through hardship and overcoming. Together with you I sailed, together with you I must die. Beautiful. Loyalty, right? Loyalty to the true partners, the true friends, the true lovers, to your true friend, the people who were there with you, who sailed with you, who were with you in that team. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to go to Hermann Hesse, Narcissus in Goldman. All right, Muses, guide my hand. What is the message from Hermann Hesse? What is the inspiration? How do we move and flow? What do we take forward with us today? And that he had most probably succeeded because the boy was willing to offer his life up to God in atonement for his mother's sins. Wow. And that he had probably succeeded because the boy was willing to offer his life up to God in atonement for his mother's sins. What is the real message here? It's love. Love conquers all. Love is that true power, right? And if you're willing to sacrifice all in the name of love, then you are truly divine. And it is love that drives the universe. It is love that commands us all. And those who express true love will receive true beauty. That's a really beautiful sentiment. Wow. That boy succeeded because he was willing to sacrifice himself for his love for the mother. Wow. And for the mother, right? That energy of that mother. Really deep messaging here. Love to see it. Let us continue. We're now going to go to Goethe, one of the greatest writers of all time. Huge inspiration for me. And someone that Graham and I are going to be talking about in a new episode of Searching for Dragons in a couple weeks. So look forward to that. All right, Muses, guide my hand. What is the message? How do we best move and flow? What is the inspiration from Goethe and Faust? Now welcome twilight. Weave your silken skein within this homely, simple sanctuary, and bring my heart the bittersweet of pain that lives on dewy hope of love to be. Oh, wow. That is so beautiful. Now, welcome twilight. Weave your silken skein within this homely, simple sanctuary, and bring my heart the bittersweet of pain that lives on dewy hope of love to be. Beautiful. Connect to those loved ones that aren't in your presence through the twilight, through your imagination, and just through that power of love, you know? Welcome, twilight. Weave your silken skein within this homely, simple sanctuary. This is about praying in your own temple space, calling down that twilight, calling down that power. Bring my heart the bittersweet of pain that lives on dewy hope of love to be. Love to be. What a profound, powerful energy that pushes us forward, that can drive us, that can make us do profound, incredible things. Think about these loves. And even though there is a distance or something is out of reach at this time, it is that striving that is what is important. You must strive after the goddess. You must strive after love, after beauty. And it is the striving that will ever transform you and perfect you along the path, that will transform you into what you are meant to be and to make you worthy of the lover. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love to see this so much. Okay. Wow. Let us continue. We're now going to go to the Book of Thoth. Crowley, who already gave me a message today from this very book. Beautiful book. I recommend everyone read it if you're into the tarot. All right. What is the message? Now I see the figures on the wheel which have been interpreted as the sordid Sphinx, Hermanubis, and Typhon. Now I see the figures on the wheel which have been interpreted as the sordid Sphinx, Hermanubis, and Typhon. Anubis and Typhon, Clash of the Titans, primordial energies, the flipping of the poles, chthonic versus Olympian, you know, the underworld versus the overworld. This is that classic energy right? That energy of that tit for tat. It's that instead of having that love energy where these two come together, we're now seeing that repellent energy where these two fight. But both are true, two sides of the same coin. With Aphrodite, you always have Mars, right? Can't escape that Aries energy. It's the other side of that coin. So where there is love, there is conflict, and conflict must be overcome. Can we slay the dragon? It's an interesting question. All right, we're now going to go to my friend Graham's beautiful poetry collection, The Shape of My Will. So, Muses, guide my hand. What is the message? How do we best move in flow? What do we take forward today? What is the inspiration? We'll see you next week. We'll see you next week. Now, isn't this a beautiful message? This is something that is really inspiring to me. Look and think about what's happening next week, in the next 7 days. We'll see each other again. I'll be here doing tarot, most likely at the same time, but maybe in a different place. Anyway, interesting energy. Think about this. We'll see you next week. Wow. Okay. Chapman's Homer, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Everyone should read Homer. Homer is amazing. Maybe not the Chapman's Homer, but it was $2 from a thrift store. So here we go. All right, Muses, guide my hand. What is the message? How do we best move in flow? Inspire us. Okay. The cheerful lady of the light, decked in her saffron robe, dispersed her beams through every part of this enflowed globe. When thundering Jove, a court of gods assembled by his will, in top of all the topful heights that crowned the Olympian hill. Wow. This is the top of book 8 if anyone's interested. The cheerful lady of the light, decked in her saffron robes, dispersed her beams through every part of this enflowered globe. When thundering Jove, a court of gods assembled by his will, in top of all the topful heights that crowned the Olympian hill. This is the great mother, the cheerful lady, the one who sits on the right hand of Zeus, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. In her saffron robes, enflowering the globe, dispersing her beams of light, sharing that joy, right? And connect to this beautiful energy of the nature, of that mother, of that profound power, right? That cheerful lady who brings the joy. Love to see it. All right, we're now going to go to the Psychic Bible. Genesis P. Origin, the Temple of Psychic Youth. What is the message? Muses, guide my hand. How do we best move and flow? What is the inspiration? All right. One way that my friends and I financed buying ourselves hash was Street Selling Oz and International Times, the two main publications to have grown out of the 60s post-acid counterculture. Wow. What a wild kind of thing. One way that my friends and I financed buying ourselves hash was Street Selling Oz and International Times. The message I'm getting here is this, create and, go out and create and make something and try to sell it. Go on in the street and hawk something, be in that mode of just that creative flow. Do what you need to do to get the medicine to take you to the next level, What can we say, right? We all have to get by. And if you can get by on art, it's not hawking magazines. It's getting by on art. Love to see it. All right, let's continue. We're now going to go to our Ganapati Oracle deck. This was one I brought up the other day. It's kind of fun. Let's check it out. See what the message is. We all love Ganapati. All right. What is the message? splendor. Wow. This is perceiving the beauty in the natural world. Look, even Ganapati pauses to marvel at the beauty of the butterfly and of their transformation. Right? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that really lovely energy? Just this, even the gods pause to marvel at the magic of transformation, to see the wings of the butterfly. So take that time to really engage with beauty, to perceive the world around you, to be in its presence, to engage in that loving perception, and to gaze back again and again and again and again, right? To explore the metaphor unto its depths. All right. We're now going to jump into the tarot proper. So we're going to use, as always, the Thoth Tarot of Lady Frida Harris and Aleister Crowley. So we're going to do the Saturn Square, where we invoke that power of Saturn. We cut our life up on a plate. We examine all the interconnections, and we ask ourselves, where are the conflicts? How do we resolve them? How do we best move and flow? And how do we manifest that true will? Muses, guide my hand. All right, we cut our deck into 3, and the first card is always the most important. And our center card is what? Beautiful. The High Priestess. Wow. Wow. Perfect energy to have. The moon to connect with that Aquarius and moon. We're really connecting to this profound feminine in this moment. Really connecting to that goddess, to be able to draw down that inspiration, to connect to our intuitive side, to connect to our dreams, and to manifest them into reality. Now is the time to really listen, to be in flow, and to receive, to be inspired, right? To be idealistic, to love her, to sing out for her, to call out to her, for she loves you, right? Wow. Be in that priestess energy. Be in that rapturous song. Cry out in the night. Right? Beautiful. Let us continue. Love to see this kind of energy. Connected to this priestess, we have the Princess of Discs. That youth, that new birth, that new childlike energy in the suit of the discs. This is in that physical reality, something that is born and manifesting in the real world. This is really profound energy, and it's connected to embodying this priestess. So as you embody this priestess, as you take this inspiration, as you move and flow with that great divine feminine, you are creating and giving birth to this new profound energy, right? You are bringing in this powerful movement that is going to grow into the queen, right? There's just so much potential here. And this is something new. It could be a child. It could be a job. It could be a business. It's something real and tangible. And it is being born in front of you. Wow. Let us see. Where is this going? You must nurture this energy too, though, right? You have to be. The child requires a mother. Child always requires a mother, right? Let's see here. Wow. And on the other side, we have another princess. We have the Princess of Swords. New, creative, birthing energy, that profoundness, but in the intellect, in that way that we're going to approach the world, how we are going to engage, how we're going to present ourselves, those really deep, idyllic thoughts. Now, this is profound to have this together like this, because we just came out of the moon in Capricorn, which is this energy. And then we're now coming into this Aquarius moon energy, right? Where we're having this more kind of logical and watery approach that's coming in. And we're giving birth to these two new things. It's really powerful. And it's all deeply interconnected. This priestess energy is causing a massive shift. It's causing a massive shift, right? It's causing us to rethink everything, to literally probably to move and transform everything. We're changing our whole perspective. And it is because of connecting to this deep intuition with the mother, right? With the moon. Being that priestess, the one who draws down the stars, right? Who can hear, who can listen. All right. Wow. Wow. This is so beautiful. Now we have the moon itself. The moon itself connected to that high priestess. I love it. I love it. It's just, it's such magical energy. And, you know, the moon is about connecting to that divine feminine. It's about connecting to the inner self and hearing these things. With this high priestess energy, you're really in this mode of really connecting to that side, to really going through this portal, to really being in that intuitive, in the dream. Okay, let's see where this is going. We've been seeing this energy still around. This young masculine energy who is looking to change the world, to build something or knock it down, right? And we see it's connected in the cross section to that priestess, and it's also connected to the moon because they also want to connect to this divine feminine, but they're not sure how, right? Let's see where this is going. Wow, look how many of these princesses, so much birth, so much incredible power coming out. All of the children, new projects, new everything. Like now we have the princess in the wands, right? And it's connected to that moon, and it's connected to that princess of swords. Wow, 3 princesses. That's beautiful, beautiful energy. And all of this child energy, all of this young energy that needs to be nurtured and cared for by the priestess, right? So while there is incredible potential here, incredible power of this growth, there is so much work, so much feminine energy needed, so much of this mothering, of this teaching, of this patience, right? Of that comfort. Let's see where this is going. Wow. At the top, we have the hangman. You know, that's active change, making a sacrifice, making a personal, taking that personal act to transform. You know, this is taking responsibility. This is doing what you must to gain the wisdom, right? And wisdom always requires sacrifice. Change always requires a sacrifice. There's always suffering in this, but the rewards are great and it is necessary. He who can take responsibility, or they who can take responsibility and transform, that's where the real power lies. You know, I always think of that Odin energy. Odin is the one who hangs himself upon the tree and cuts out their eye so they can learn the magic, and so they can rise and die, so they can die and rise. You know, powerful, powerful, powerful energy here, and a lot of potential, but you have to be in that active state of change, and you have to make the sacrifice. Wow. And that's connected to that priestess in the moon. So to really embody this lunar priestess, sacrifices must be made. Changes have to occur. Okay. All right. More child energy, more immature energy. Wow. This time in the masculine. Now we have 3 feminine, 2 masculine. This is our Prince of Swords. That immature energy that is showing up with something to prove, that knows what's right and wants to tell the world, right? That so desires knowledge that he'll do anything to get it. Wants to just know everything. Doesn't care if they don't understand it, you know? This is that impatient energy of just craving everything now, wanting it now, right? So there is profound learning here, but it is showing up in an immature way. But again, all of these young energies have so much potential for growth and for transformation. So much potential, right? The princes can all become knights. The princesses can all become queens, or can become whatever, truly. They can become whatever. But there is this profound growth if they're nurtured, if they're cared for. All right, let's see where the last card goes. Oh my gosh. Wow. And the Prince of Cups. And the Prince of Cups. Immature energy in that emotional state. So showing up, demanding love, wanting connection, but not knowing how to fully reciprocate or receive, right? But there again, so much potential here. Wild. So what I'm seeing here at the top with this hangman energy and the two princes is that there is so much potential here to be of help, to help people grow, to help those around you, to be in this position, to be this kind of parental figure, not just connecting to that deep feminine side, but also connecting to that masculine side, to show people how to engage in transformation, to teach people how to take responsibility and do the right action. So this is all about embodying that energy of the priestess. The priestess is the ultimate teacher, right? She has to show and be that ideal, right? And this is about becoming that ideal and nurturing everyone around you in community, connecting to that moon, being in that active state of transformation. And through doing that, you show everyone and you teach everyone how it's done. So now we're going to flip our camera here so you guys can see our full square. And then we're going to read our top down and our cross. Okay, so we're going to start here. Our Princess of Discs, our Prince of Discs, and our Prince of Swords. All of these energies are deeply connected. All of these youthful energies we're seeing, right? On one hand, we have all of the disc energy. And we're seeing that these two are deeply connected to each other. And what I'm getting from this is just learning how to balance these energies and to keep them working together. We're going to see some people who are going to naturally band together, and then some people who aren't going to be able to in the same kind of way, right? When you're dealing with youthful energy, there's always going to be conflict between them to a certain degree because they're showing up in those immature, self-centered ways, just as a result of age. Now, they don't necessarily stay there. Youth can learn incredibly fast and can transform right before your eyes. So again, the key is to just be this parental kind of figure in between these energies. Wow. And if we can balance these energies out, there is so much potential for growth and for just these deep connections. And if we look here, right, to be this priestess and draw down the moon, we have to be in that active state of transformation. We have to be making the changes, going through the work. But if we can go through the work, we will embody that priestess. We will connect to that deep divine feminine. We will hear. We will be this role that is so powerful, that can be the teacher, that can be the provider, that can be the comfort for all of this young, youthful energy that's showing up. And again, we look on this side again, we have the three youths, right? And it's that energy of just having to maintain balance, to keep them from fighting, to keep them in this sort of community, being that motherly figure, that leader figure, okay? Showing up in this kind of spiritual mode, who can connect people to that flow, can show people through action and through ritual and through performance, All right, now we're going to do our diagonals. We're going to start here. We have those two masculine energies connecting to the priestess. Again, right? Just deep, profound dependence on this energy. And we have a power to really make an influence here for good or for ill. And we see it the other way as well with all this youthful energy. Can we become that priestess? Can we go through this process? Can we draw down the moon? If we can, there is so much help we can do. And this is a really powerful, powerful moment, a powerful moment of upgrading. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful energy. I love to see it, everyone. All right. Well, thank you so much. If you could all just take a moment and give me a like, that would be a huge help. It really does make a difference. It does boost everything in the algorithm. So just give me a little help and a little blessing. And if you were interested in a private reading, you can send me a message, snappydts@gmail.com. You can find my email in the description below. And to end things out today, we're going to do one final Ganesh reading. And after the reading today, in a little while, I'll be getting together with my good friend Mandy, and we'll be talking about his brand new book, which is a book of satirical philosophy called The Towel of Minerva, Volume 3. It's lovely stuff. I've been chatting with him about it for a while. We've gone through the other 2 volumes. We always have a great conversation, so please tune in and come hang with Mandy and I. All right. Now, here is the message. Wow. The message from Ganesha, from Ganapati. Surrender. Be in flow. Trust in the intuition. Go where you're being directed. You know? Just surrender to this. Stop resisting. It's that resistance that's still holding us back. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Peace and love. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.